a significant difference, of course, but it highlights a key point. People aren't necessarily speculating on USDC, they're using it. XRP is also seeing incredibly high volume, over 1.7 billion USD, likely due to ongoing market speculation and recent legal developments. Okay, here's a market analysis for AIR3. The current price sits at 0.00044205 USD, with a market cap of 429,134, ranking it at 4937. We've seen a 24-hour volume of 5,001.22. Over the last day, the price has decreased by 2.73938%, and the market cap is down 2.87468%, which translates to a change of 12,701.34. The circulating supply is 971,541,015.25, with a total and max supply of 1 billion. Looking at longer-term trends, the all-time high was 0.00054046, recorded on June 12th, which is 18.17565% above the current price. Inflation over the past 360,180 and 90 days is flat at 0%, but we're seeing a slight increase of 0.09% in the last 30 days, followed by a 0.09% decrease in the last day. Okay, looking at an ICO, the price is currently at 0.000043, with a market cap around 43,229 and liquidity of 24,256.54. The 24-hour volume is quite active at 334,689.95. We're seeing a circulating supply of roughly 999,974,492.74, and total supply is very similar, putting the fully diluted valuation around 43,337. There are 559 holders, and top 10 addresses control about 19.64% of the supply, which isn't excessively concentrated but something to watch. Recent price action shows significant declines across different time frames. The 5-minute price is 0.000044, down about 3.13% from the chain price. Over 1 hour, the price has fallen around 24.71%, and over 6 and 24 hours, it's down 44.75% and 42.21% respectively. The contract audit shows positive signs, like being open source, not a honeypot, and not mintable, but it's flagged with a warning due to renunciation concerns. Tax information is unavailable. All right, let's talk new listings. We've got 5 fresh tokens hitting the boards. Baby BFT, BBFT, rank 3815, 0.000938. $234 K vol, DOGCON, rank 4104, 1.82 E13, $107 K vol, official K-pop, KPOP, rank 3376, 0.000787, 1.96 M dollars vol, SMARTMAL, SMT, rank 4913. $1.01, $15.08 K vol, and dark CHEMS TOTKK, rank 3682, 0.000328, $368 K vol. These are likely a mix of new project launches and smaller exchange debuts. The high volume on KPOP and TOTKKE suggests some initial hype. These additions signal increased activity in the lower cap altcoin space, a playground for risk on traders. All right, team, seeing some interesting activity. GROKLET 0xBE7E on Ethereum and Helpful Coin 9MHN on Solana, both hitting 1010 boosts, likely early hype or marketing pushes. CHEMS 8FC5 Solana at 3030 is fresh watch volume. Stonks 9800 7 CLB Solana at 3080 suggests sustained, but maybe waning momentum. High total boosts, like 260 plus, often mean a project's been actively grabbing visibility, risky, but can pay off in this market. Most mentioned ticker on X is Pump. We're seeing some serious volume, over 301.81 million, pushing this penny stock up 11.6% in the last 24 hours. Price is currently at 0.006714. Market cap is a tight 1.91 million. Keep an eye on the next unlock, 44.75K tokens in 15 days, that could add some selling pressure. It's a high risk, high reward play right now. The ticker that is increasing mentions on X is LISDA. This one's been climbing the ranks, jumped 4 spots in chatter. We're looking at a 10.33% gain over the last 24 hours, trading at 0.2879. Volume is a healthy 13.74 million, and the market cap is holding steady at 49.59 million. Seems like some positive momentum building here. Definitely worth a look if you're scouting for mid-cap opportunities. The market spent the current week largely bought up, showing consistent greed. However, we've seen a cooling trend from peak optimism. Early in the week, it felt like a runaway train, but buyers are now pausing to assess. The shift from neutral at the start of the period suggests a potential bottom forming. This could mean a consolidation phase is ahead or that dip buyers are stepping in. It's a cautious green light, not a full throttle advance. USDC absolutely led the pack in trading volume yesterday, clocking in at over $3.37 billion traded in the last 24 hours. That's a massive number, and it really speaks to its role as a stablecoin. People are constantly moving in and out of crypto, and USDC provides a safe harbor for those funds. Compare that to Bitcoin, which saw around $254,640 in volume, a huge difference, of course, but it highlights that Bitcoin is increasingly being held rather than actively traded day to day. While Bitcoin's B plus overall rating is respectable, the low trading volume suggests a maturing asset, whereas USDC's volume reflects constant utility. Now looking at the ratings, Bitcoin's strong, a tech rating is reassuring the underlying network is solid. However, that D performance rating is a bit of a warning sign, suggesting it hasn't been delivering the returns investors might expect. All right, let's talk about what's moving right now. Here are 5 tokens getting buzz. 1 BTC Bitcoin rank 1, still the king naturally. Institutional buying and ETF anticipation are fueling gains. 2 Ethereum rank 2. The merge is done and people are watching for staking rewards. It's a solid foundation. 3 Solana rank 5. Fast transactions and growing DeFi ecosystem are attracting developers and users. 4 Ada Cardano, rank 8, continued development and focus on real-world applications are keeping it relevant. 5 XRP Ripple, rank 10. The SEC case progress is the main driver. Any positive news sends it up. These are the ones people are talking about. Remember to do your own research before making any moves. All right, let's talk new listings. We've got 5 fresh tokens hitting the boards. HOODOG 3482, 4.45 $10, $866 K volume. Baby BFT 3820, 0.0000939, $234 K. DOGCOIN 4104, 1.83 $13, $108 K. Official K-pop 3376, 0.000787, $1.96 M dollars. And SMARTMALL 4916, $1.01, $16 K. These listings likely new project launches or smaller exchange debuts signal increased activity in the microcap space. Traders should proceed cautiously as these tokens carry higher risk, but K-pop's volume is noteworthy. All right, team, seeing some interesting activity. Book of Rugs 0xBB base and Groklet 0xBE Ethereum both hitting 1010, likely early hype grabs with aggressive marketing. Solana's showing heat too, helpful coin 9MHN, imposter BJTW both 1010. But Stonks 9807 CLB at 3080 suggests sustained effort may be a project trying to build momentum. High totals like 260 indicate established boosts, watch for patterns. Risky market, so DYOR. Most mentioned ticker on X is OIK. Currently trading at 0.05019, we're seeing pretty flat movement up just 0.02% over the last hour and day. Volume is robust at $365.62 million, indicating some serious interest, though the market cap remains relatively small at $10.11 million. Keep an eye on unlock events, though details are currently unavailable. The ticker that is increasing mentions on X is Portal. This one's showing some momentum, jumping 6 spots in mentions. It's currently at 0.0586, down 1.11% in the last hour, but boasting a solid 6.71% gain over the last 24 hours. Volume is at $13.77 million with a market cap of $33.42 million. Looks like some traders are starting to accumulate this one. It could be a breakout play if volume continues to confirm the upward trend. A bit of a risk on move here, but potentially rewarding. Okay, looking at Inherit, the price is currently around 0.000006, with a market cap of 5,789 and liquidity of 8,693.91. The 24-hour volume is quite low at 397. There are 390 holders, and the top 10 control 16.05%, which isn't excessively concentrated but warrants watching. The circulating supply is 999,271,678.51, and the fully diluted valuation is around 5,789.89. Token analysis shows a current price of 0.000000579, but chain data shows significant discrepancies in price tracking over different timeframes, with variations ranging from 6.68% to 8.89% in the last 6 and 24 hours. Importantly, the contract is flagged with a warning due to renunciation concerns, so that's something to be aware of. Good news is the audit shows it's open source, not a honeypot, and isn't mintable. Tax information is currently unavailable. Markets spent the current week largely bought up with greed dominating. However, we've seen a cooling trend in the last few days. The shift from neutral early in the week to sustained greed suggests strong momentum, but recent readings hint at potential exhaustion. It's like a rally losing steam. Traders should watch for a possible pullback or consolidation as sentiment normalizes. We're moving from full speed ahead to cautiously optimistic. USDC absolutely led the charge in trading volume yesterday, clocking in at over 3.3 billion USD traded in the last 24 hours. That's a massive figure, and frankly, it makes perfect sense given the current market environment. We're seeing a lot of sideways action, and when investors aren't aggressively buying crypto, they're often de-risking by moving into stable coins like USDC. Contrast that with Bitcoin, which saw around 255,000 USD in volume, a significant drop-off and indicative of a pause in bullish momentum. Now let's look a bit deeper. Bitcoin has a respectable B+ overall from Weiss with strong tech at A, but its D performance rating is a clear warning sign. It suggests that while the underlying technology is solid, Bitcoin hasn't been delivering the returns investors expect. All right, let's talk about what's moving right now. Here are 5 tokens getting a lot of buzz. 1 Sol Solana rank 5. People are excited about its speed and lower transaction fees. 2 BNB Binance Coin rank 4. Binance's ecosystem keeps growing, driving demand. 3 Ethereum rank 2. The upgrade to Dencun is a big deal for scaling. 4 Dogecoin rank 8. Still a community favorite with consistent social media attention. 5 XRP Ripple rank 6. Ongoing legal developments continue to fuel interest. These tokens are all seeing attention for different reasons, from tech upgrades to community support and legal news. It's good to keep an eye on them. All right, let's talk new listings. We've got 5 fresh tokens hitting the boards. HOODOG 3481, 4.460 $10, $868 K volume. Baby BFT 3822, 0.00098, $233 K. DOGCOIN 4105, 1.83 E $13, $108 K. Official K-pop 3375, 0.00078, $1.96 M dollars. And Smart Mall 4897, $1.03, $16.09 K. These are likely a mix of new project launches and smaller exchange debuts. Seeing K-pop with nearly $2 M in volume is interesting, could signal strong community backing. This influx suggests increased activity for altcoins, giving traders more options, but remember, higher risk often comes with these newer additions. Hello there, it's a pleasure to assist you today. On the 16th of July 2025, the time is currently 0748 UTC. For those in New York, that's 0348 EDT. What crypto questions can I help you unravel today? All right, team, seeing some interesting activity. Alpha 6C9 PGCDKK, Solana, and ANI, Fi5 Zcoin 25, Solana both at 1010 suggest early stage hype likely marketing pushes. Book of RUGS 0xBB 6693A18, base and GROKLET 0xBA 7E21746F, Ethereum same story. Stonks 9800, 7CLBRXBP53, Solana at 3080 is intriguing, could be sustained, but watch volume. High totals and active boosts signal real effort, but remember, Solana's fast pace means things move quick. The current price of SDICKOO is 0.000004, with a market cap of $3,549 and liquidity of 6,782.26. The 24-hour volume is at 203.9. It's worth noting that the top 10 holders control around 3.14% of the supply, which doesn't immediately signal a concentration issue. Analyzing the 6T6UT1C NJAD5 NJC, NFG DHAV NZHP 4 JRMD 35,272 UPump token. The price is 0.00003548. With a circulating supply of 999,768,795.13 and total supply of 999,781,29517, its market cap is 3,547.55, and the fully diluted valuation is 3,547.6. There are 140 holders currently. Over the last 24 hours, the price has decreased by approximately 7.01%. The contract audit reveals a few points. The code is open source, it's not a honeypot or mintable, and it utilizes a proxy. There are warnings related to renunciation of contract ownership, but it is not identified as a potential scam. Tax information is unavailable and slippage is not modifiable. Markets spent the current week largely bought the dip, showing consistent greed. However, a shift from neutral readings earlier in the week suggests caution is building. We've seen a sustained rally, but the market may be losing some steam. It's like a runner tiring toward the finish line. A pullback wouldn't be surprising. USDC absolutely led the pack in trading volume yesterday, clocking in at over $3.4 billion. That's roughly 6 times the volume of Ethereum, which came in second. This isn't surprising, really. USDC, as a stablecoin, functions largely as the on-ramp and off-ramp for crypto trading. And with market volatility, people are constantly shifting into and out of USD. Compare that to Bitcoin, which saw around $257,000 in volume, a significant difference, and indicative of people prioritizing liquidity and preservation of capital right now rather than speculative plays. Now looking at the WISE ratings, we see Ethereum and Bitcoin both hold a B grade overall, but their individual scores tell a different story. Here's a market analysis based on the provided data. The SDONKS token, currently priced at 0.000117, has a market capitalization of 117,489 and a 24-hour volume of 54,069.31, with liquidity at 48,883.14. Token analysis reveals a current price of 0.0001175007, a slight variation from chain and 5-minute prices, which show a 0.047% change. Hourly price variation is positive at 0.248%, but 6 and 24-hour prices show declines of 10.11% and 28.73% respectively. The top 10 holders control 24.15% of the tokens. The contract is open source, not a honeypot or mintable, and uses a proxy. Slippage isn't modifiable and there are no blacklisted addresses. While sell and buy taxes are currently unknown, the contract is flagged with a warning due to renunciation concerns. Despite this warning, the token isn't identified as a potential scam. All right, let's talk new listings. We've got 5 fresh tokens hitting the market today. HOODOG, rank 3481, 4.89 $10, $870 K vol, DASHFUN 5456, 0.000455 $1.04 K, Baby BFT 3825, 0.001001 $233 K, DOGCON 4108, 1.83 $13, $107 K. An official K-pop 3376 0.00078 $1.95 M. These listings ranging from new project launches to meme coins suggest increased platform activity. The K-pop token's high volume is notable. Traders should proceed with caution as these are all highly speculative assets. All right, team, seeing some interesting activity on Solana and Base. Bull with a 500 is aggressively pushing visibility. Then we've got a cluster alpha, Anis, and Book of RUGS, all at 1010 likely early hype or marketing spend. Also 1010 could be a quick flip. Be careful though, high boosts can signal risk in this market. Okay, here's a market analysis for PBTC, considering the data provided. The price currently sits at 0.5746, with a market capitalization of $11,098,966 and a 24-hour volume of $75,337.02. Liquidity is healthy at $546,074.91. The circulating and total supply are both 19,312,201.763345,945, meaning there are no future tokens planned. There are 12,628 holders, and top 10 holders control 13.04%, which isn't excessively concentrated but warrants watching. Token analysis shows a current price of 0.574532, but chain data reveals a significant discrepancy, with the chain price at just 0.0035. Price variation over different timeframes indicates a downward trend, with a 24-hour drop of 2.31%. The contract is open source, not a honeypot, and isn't mintable, which are positive signs. However, the contract is flagged with a warning due to renunciation concerns. All right, team, heads up. We've got a flash crash situation brewing with Big One Exchange. Looks like they took a hit, a serious one, around $27 million. It wasn't an internal issue, though. Appears to be a third-party attack right into their hot wallet. That's where they keep funds for quick withdrawals, so naturally it's a prime target. This isn't a hack of the exchange itself, more like a raid on the cash register. We're still waiting on full details, but it's a reminder that even with all the layers of security, these hot wallets are always vulnerable. Keep an eye on the charts, folks. This could cause some ripple effects, especially if confidence takes a hit. It's a good time to tighten up your own security and remember not your keys, not your coins. Let's see how they handle damage control and if they can recover the funds. Stay frosty. Market sentiment has shifted from neutral to greedy this week. We've seen a clear move from cautious positioning into risk on behavior. It's like traders are covering shorts and chasing gains. The sustained greed suggests this isn't a quick dip buying rally, but a genuine move higher, though the market may need a breather soon as extreme greed can signal overbought conditions. USDC absolutely led the pack in trading volume yesterday, clocking in at over 3.1 billion USD. That's not entirely surprising, though stablecoins consistently see massive volume as traders move in and out of positions or seek safe havens. Compare that to Bitcoin, which traded around 247,000 USD in the last 24 hours, and the difference is pretty stark. While Bitcoin is the original crypto, its volume suggests traders aren't aggressively buying or selling it right now, whereas USDC is clearly functioning as the on-ramp and off-ramp for a lot of activity. Looking at the Weiss ratings, both USDC and Bitcoin present interesting contrasts. USDC lacking ratings altogether is a bit of an outlier. It's a stable coin, so technological advancement and performance aren't really the point. All right, let's talk about what's moving right now. Here are 5 tokens getting buzz. 1 BTC Bitcoin rank 1, still the king naturally. Institutional buying and ETF anticipation are driving things. 2 Ethereum rank 2. The merge is done and people are watching for continued network benefits. 3 Sol Solana rank 5, recovering nicely with increased DeFi activity and NFT mints. 4 ADA Cardano rank 8. Development updates and growing community interest are helping it climb. 5 XRP Ripple rank 10. The SEC case continues to be a major focus with potential positive outcomes priced in. These are the ones people are discussing. Remember to do your own research before making any decisions. The market is always changing. All right, let's talk new listings. We've got 5 fresh tokens today. HOODOG 3480 4.96E10 $876 K volume DASHFUN 5451 0.0004555 $1.04 K Baby BFT 3827 0.000977 $233 K DOGCOIN 4105 1.83 E13 $107 K an official K-pop 3375 0.000776 1.94 M dollars. These all debuted on or around July 16th, likely representing new project launches or smaller exchange listings. Seeing this influx, particularly K-pop's volume, suggests increased activity in meme coins and potentially higher risk-reward opportunities for nimble traders. All right, team, seeing some interesting activity on Solana. BBC and Ani both hitting 1010 boosts, likely early hype or marketing pushes. Bull at a massive 500-500, that's serious volume, watch for pumps. Alpha swap and are also 1010, but with lower totals, probably newer grabs for visibility. Risk appetite is up, so these could move fast. Most mentioned ticker on X is MUBRAKH. We're seeing a lot of chatter around this one, currently trading at 0.0020103. It's down slightly over the last hour, about 0.08%, and a bit over the last 24 hours, down 0.13%. Volume is healthy at $120.55 million, giving it a market cap of $2.01 million. No unlock events are currently scheduled. It's a low float play, so volume can really move things. The ticker that is increasing mentions on X is DBR. This one is gaining momentum, jumping 4 spots in mentions. It's currently priced at 0.0223, but showing some weakness, down 0.22% in the last hour and 1.3% over the last 24 hours. Volume is at $12.41 million with a market cap of $40.1 million. Keep an eye on this one. Increased mentions often precede a move, but the current price action suggests caution. It's a potential turnaround play, but needs to find support. The market spent the last few days firmly in greed territory. It's been a steady climb, suggesting buyers were eager to pile in. However, we saw a shift earlier in the week, briefly dipping into neutral. This could signal some profit taking or a pause for breath. Now back in greed, it feels like the bulls are still driving, but that earlier dip suggests potential resistance ahead. It's a market where caution might be wise. Okay, here's a market analysis based on the data provided. TLISA is currently trading at 0.000004 with a market cap of $4,398 and a 24-hour volume of 159.69, showing modest activity. Liquidity stands at 7,477.87. The top 10 holders control 9.22% of the supply, which isn't excessively concentrated and doesn't immediately signal a major risk. The token's price on chain is significantly lower at 2.698, indicating potential discrepancies or issues with price reporting. Hourly price is stable at 0.00004406. However, we see a 4.47% variation over 24 hours. Audit results are mostly positive. The token is open source, not a honeypot, and cannot be minted. It utilizes a proxy and has non-modifiable slippage. Also, it is not blacklisted. Tax information is unavailable, but the contract is flagged with a warning due to renunciation concerns. Despite this, the data suggests the token isn't a scam. All right, let's talk about what's moving right now. Here are 5 tokens getting buzz: 1 BTC Bitcoin, 1 still king, institutional buying and ETF anticipation are driving things, 2 Ethereum 2. Layer 2 solutions and the upcoming Dencun upgrade have folks excited, 3 Sol Solana 3. Fast transactions and a growing DeFi ecosystem are attracting users, 4 ADA Cardano 4. Continued development and real-world applications are gaining traction. 5 XRP Ripple 5 legal clarity and partnerships are boosting investor confidence. Generally, people are looking for solid projects with real use cases and potential for growth. These 5 fit that bill currently. Remember though, it's a volatile market. Do your own research. All right, let's talk new listings. We've got 5 fresh tokens hitting the boards. HOODOG, rank 3480, 4.980 $10, $878 K vol. DASHFUN 5410, 0.000358, $1.07 K. Baby BFT 3823, 0.00101, $234 K. DOGCON 4107, 1.84 E $13, $107 K. An official K-pop 3377, 0.00077, $1.9 M. These are mostly new project launches, though DOGCOIN's inclusion is interesting. This influx of smaller caps suggests a bit of a risk on environment, and traders are likely scouting for the next low-cap gem. All right, team, seeing some interesting activity on Solana. That on E is pushing hard with a 505.10 serious commitment there. LOWKEY and BBC, both maxed at 1010, suggest very early aggressive pushes. Bull is also at 500, indicating sustained effort. These max scores often mean visibility grabs, but with current risk appetite, it could pay off. Watch volume. Most mentioned ticker on X is Rome. We're seeing some chatter around Rome, currently trading at 10.18 cents. It's showing a modest hourly gain of 1.14% and a daily bump of 2.73%. Volume is pretty active at 72.29 million, pushing the market cap to 9.21 million. Keep an eye on potential unlocks, though details are currently unavailable. The ticker that is increasing mentions on X is Cyber. Now Cyber is really making a move, jumping 10 spots in mentions. The price is at 1.79, up 3.03% on the hour and a substantial 19.45% over the last 24 hours. We're seeing 21.62 million in volume, which is fueling a market cap of 83.22 million. This one's showing some serious momentum, potentially a breakout candidate. Traders are definitely taking notice. Okay, here's a market analysis based on the provided data. OCD is currently trading at 0.000013 with a market cap of 13,037 and a liquidity pool of 12,739.34. The 24-hour volume is 18,827.1, suggesting some activity. It's worth noting that the top 10 holders control 18.04% of the supply, which isn't excessively high but bears watching. Looking at the 8R5 SBPS CBWP Atom F4 ARTWHNP XRI4 GJK is FS28 Bonk token. It's priced at 0.000066 with a market cap of 66,037.25 and a circulating supply of 999,983,289.29. There are 321 holders of this token. Audit results are mostly positive, showing the token is open source, not a honeypot or mintable, but it utilizes a proxy contract. Importantly, the contract is flagged with a warning due to renunciation concerns. Tax information is currently unavailable. Response: the current price of Avalanche AVAX is 21.93 with a market cap of 9.26 billion and 24-hour volume of 846.32 million. This suggests moderate trading activity. Considering its fully diluted valuation is $16.28 billion, there's potential for increased supply impacting price. The circulating supply stands at 423.09 million tokens. Recent performance shows a 2.87% price increase over the last 24 hours, but it's down 8.66% for the week. Overall, AVAX shows some bullish momentum in the very short term, but weekly trends indicate caution is advised. Market sentiment has shifted from neutral to decidedly greedy this week. We've seen a clear run-up in optimism, suggesting investors are piling in. This feels like a late cycle move, potentially chasing returns. The market is behaving like a ship fully committed to a course. A sustained period in greed often precedes a correction, so caution is warranted. We've moved beyond buying the dip to fear of missing out. USDC absolutely led the charge in trading volume yesterday, clocking in at over 3.2 billion USD. That's nearly 10 times the volume of the next highest mover. It's not surprising, really, as stable coins like USDC function as the on-ramp and off-ramp for most crypto activity, and we've seen a lot of market fluctuation recently. Compare that to Bitcoin, which saw around 250,000 USD in volume, a significant difference, and indicative of investors currently prioritizing liquidity and capital preservation over speculative plays. While Bitcoin maintains a respectable B+ overall rating from Weiss, it's the sheer need for a stable base and thus USDC that's driving the action right now. Looking at Bitcoin and USDC side by side, the Weiss ratings highlight a key difference. All right, let's talk about what's moving right now. Here are 5 tokens getting buzz. 1 BTC Bitcoin rank 1, still the king naturally. Institutional interest and the halving are driving things. 2 Ethereum rank 2. Dencun upgrade boosted things. Layer 2 scaling solutions are popular. 3 Solana rank 3. Fast transactions and growing DeFi ecosystem. It's attracting developers. 4 BNB Binance Coin rank 4. Utility within the Binance Exchange and growing BNB chain projects. 5 XRP Ripple rank 5. Legal clarity is helping. Institutional adoption is a key factor. These are all solid projects. Remember to do your own research before investing. The market is always changing. All right, let's talk new listings. We've got 5 fresh tokens hitting the boards. HOODOG 3478 5.190 $10 $879 K vol DASHFUN 5416 0.00038 $1.07 K vol Baby BFT 3823 0.00102 $233 K vol DOGCOIN 4105 1.84 E $13 $107 K vol. An official K-pop 3377 0.00077 $1.9 M vol. These are mostly new project launches, with K-pop seeing strong initial volume. Seeing this range from micro caps to something with a bit more traction suggests exchanges are opening up to broader risk profiles. Traders should proceed with caution and do their research. Volatility will be high. All right, team, listen up. We've got a bit of a red flag waving on the board. Hot wallet hit. Big One exchange just got clipped for around $27 million. That's a sizable chunk of change, folks. Third-party exploit. This wasn't an internal job, apparently. Looks like an external actor compromised their hot wallet infrastructure. Think of it like a bank robbery, but digital. Significant loss. $27 million is no small potatoes. That's a serious drawdown, and it's gonna sting. We're watching to see how they handle this fallout. Hot wallets, remember, hot wallets are connected to the internet, making them faster for transactions, but also more vulnerable. This is a classic risk-reward situation. It's a reminder to always DYOR and consider the security of where you're parking your funds. Keep an eye on this one, could see some volatility. All right, team, seeing some interesting activity on Solana and Ethereum. The working dog, with a perfect 500-500 boost, is clearly getting serious attention, likely strategic visibility, and both at 1010 suggest early hype or aggressive marketing. Dollar coin at 1020 and fartbonk at 1020 could be quick flips in this meme-driven market. Be careful out there. Most mentioned ticker on X is MUBRAKAH. We're seeing some chatter around MUBRAKAH, currently trading at 0.0020046. It's a pretty flat line over the last hour, down a hair at negative 0.02%, but zoom out to 24 hours and you see a slight bump of 0.16%. Volume is surprisingly healthy at $121.34 million, pushing the market cap to $2.01 million. Keep an eye on unlock events, though currently none are scheduled. The ticker that is increasing mentions on X is MAV now. MAV is really making a move. It's jumped a significant 24 spots in mentions. Price action confirms this momentum, up 8.36% in the last hour and a substantial 22.39% over the last 24 hours. Volume is also picking up at $14.2 million. This puts the market cap at $33.41 million. This is a clear breakout candidate. We're seeing some serious interest building in MAV. It's one to watch for potential swing trades. The current price of CHAINLINK link is 16.39 with a market cap of 11.12 billion and a 24-hour volume reaching 708.63 million. This indicates moderate trading activity for Link, and its market capitalization positions it as a significant player in the crypto space. Considering recent market trends, this price point suggests a relatively stable performance for Link, though further analysis of broader market conditions and project developments would be needed for a more comprehensive outlook. It's a coin to watch, especially given the current volume. The market spent the current week largely bought up, showing consistent greed. However, we've seen a cooling trend in the last few days. The shift from neutral earlier in the week to sustained greed suggests strong conviction. Now, a slight pullback indicates traders are taking some chips off the table. It's not a panic sell, but a healthy pause after a run-up. Expect potential consolidation or a test of support. USDC absolutely led the pack in trading volume yesterday, clocking in at over 3.3 billion USD. That's a really strong signal. It isn't about speculation on an increase in price, but rather a lot of movement into and out of crypto generally or positioning for trades. Compare that to Bitcoin, which saw around 250,000 USD in volume, a massive difference. While Bitcoin is the original and still widely recognized, this volume disparity suggests traders are prioritizing liquidity and stablecoin movements right now, perhaps awaiting clearer signals before committing heavily to risk on assets. Looking a bit deeper, USDC doesn't have WISE ratings, it's a stablecoin, so those metrics aren't really applicable. All right, let's talk new listings. We've got 5 fresh tokens hitting the boards. HOODOG, rank 3478, 5.590 $10, $882 K volume, DASHFUN 5401, 0.000388 $1.07 K, Baby BFT 3826, 0.00103 $232 K, DOGCOIN 4104, 1.84 E $13, $108 K. An official K-pop 3377 0.00077 1.9 M dollars. These are largely new project launches, though Dogecoin is seeing wider distribution. The influx of smaller caps suggests increased risk appetite, while K-pop's volume hints at strong community backing. Traders should proceed with caution, but also recognize potential for early gains. All right, team, seeing some interesting movement. HORNYCOIN on Solana, Aura, on Ethereum, and PSX. On Base, all hitting 10-10 boosts. That's pure early hype, likely marketing spend. Solana's is similar. Dollar coins at 1030 is showing effort but less immediate fire. With risk appetite up, these could pop but be very careful. Most mentioned ticker on X is OIK. Currently trading at 0.0502, we're seeing minimal movement up 0.01% in the last hour and 0.04% over 24 hours. Volume is robust at $366.63 million, supporting a market capitalization of $10.11 million. Keep an eye on potential unlocks, though details are currently unavailable. $3 million, supporting a market capitalization of $10.11 million. Keep an eye on potential unlocks, though details are currently unavailable. The ticker that is increasing mentions on X is MAV. This one's showing some serious momentum. All right, team, listen up. We're looking at a potential game changer here with this Clarity Act. It's basically the regulators finally trying to draw some lines in the sand for crypto. Think of it like setting support and resistance levels gives everyone a better idea of where things stand. This isn't about killing the rally, though. It's about building a framework. They're aiming for that sweet spot, enough oversight to keep things legit and protect investors, but without totally stifling innovation. Basically, they're trying to bring some order to the market. This could be huge for institutional money finally feeling comfortable stepping in. It's like waiting for confirmation before entering a trade reduces the risk. Long term, this could mean more stability and growth. It's not a quick pump, but a solid foundation. The market spent the current week largely bought up, showing sustained greed. However, we've seen a cooling trend in the last few days. Earlier in the week, sentiment was aggressively bidding up prices. Now it's consolidating, suggesting a possible pause before the next leg up or a potential pullback. The shift from neutral to greed, then a plateau, implies investors are still bullish, but perhaps less exuberant. It's a market holding its position. USDC absolutely led the charge in trading volume yesterday, clocking in at over 3.3 billion USD, which is roughly 6 times the volume of the next highest contender. That next contender is XRP, which saw a massive 1.77 billion USD traded in the last 24 hours. While both are clearly seeing a lot of activity, the why behind it is vastly different. USDC's volume is driven by its role as a stablecoin. People are constantly moving in and out of crypto, and USDC is a primary on-ramp and off-ramp. XRP's surge, though substantial, feels more speculative, potentially fueled by recent news or market sentiment. It's a risk-on asset, while USDC is largely about facilitating existing trades. Looking at the WISE ratings, we see a pretty stark contrast. XRP holds a B overall, with a B for tech and a C for performance. This suggests a project with decent underlying technology, but one that hasn't consistently delivered strong returns. All right, let's talk about what's moving right now. Here are 5 tokens getting buzz. 1 BTC Bitcoin rank 1, still the king naturally. People are seeing it as digital gold with recent institutional interest. 2 Ethereum rank 2. The smart contract platform is benefiting from growing DeFi and NFT activity. 3 Solana rank 5. Fast transactions and low fees are attracting developers and users. 4 ADA Cardano rank 8. Ongoing development and a focus on sustainability are key draws. 5 XRP Ripple rank 10. Recent legal developments have sparked renewed optimism. These coins are all seeing attention for different reasons. Bitcoin's stability, Ethereum's utility, Solana's speed, Cardano's approach, and Ripple's legal news are all driving interest. It's a mixed bag out there. Okay, here's a market analysis based on the provided data. BITCOHEN is currently trading at 0.000004 with a market capitalization of 3,509 and a 24-hour volume of 366.56. Liquidity appears reasonable at 6,484.96. It's worth noting that the top 10 holders control 5.38% of the supply, which isn't excessively concentrated. Now looking at G5H985Z JG6VAE8WP1V6G23E high AX2PNC7FXQH pump. The current price is 0.00000351, a bit lower than BITCOHEN while chain data shows slight discrepancies. There's been a 0.5% price increase over the last 24 hours. The token audit reveals positive aspects such as being open source, not a honeypot, and not mintable. However, the contract is flagged with a warning due to renunciation concerns. There's no indication of a scam, but the lack of data on buy and sell taxes and the warning flag suggest caution is advised. Slippage isn't modifiable, which is good for investors. Okay, here's a market analysis for AIR3. Currently, AIR3 is trading at around 0.00044294 USD with a market cap of 428,937, placing it at rank 4942. We've seen a 24-hour volume of 5,062.08. Over the last day, the price has decreased by 2.33831%. A drop of 0.000010605235163288, and the market cap has fallen by 2.61299%, or 11,508.802765636588. The circulating supply is 971,540,481.1562658, matching the total supply with a max supply of 1 billion. Looking at longer-term trends, the all-time high was 0.00054046, recorded on June 12th, which is 18.33997% above the current price. Inflation has remained at 0% over the last 360,180 and 90 days, but has seen a slight increase of 0.09% over the last 30 days and a decrease of 0.09% in the last day. Market sentiment started the week neutral but quickly shifted into greed. We've seen a sustained rally in optimism, suggesting investors are piling in. This feels like a chasing the tape scenario. While greed can fuel further gains, it also signals a potential pullback is brewing. The market is currently overextended and vulnerable. A cooling off period appears likely. Okay, here's a market analysis based on the data provided. Raiders is currently trading at 0.000005 with a relatively small market cap of 5,048 and liquidity around 7,793.84. The 24-hour volume is quite low at 198.7. It's important to note that the top 10 holders control 18.74% of the supply, which isn't excessively high but warrants watching for potential concentration risk. Looking at tokens 79OZXHBO N6 VDMK 48AD JWXY 81 ETG G2M NICIP 7 WJN Bonk, the current price is 0.0000655874. With a circulating supply of 997,859,972.94 and a total supply of 997,899,458.03. The market cap for this token is 65,447.05, and the fully diluted valuation is 65,449.64. There are 140 holders. The contract audit shows positive signs it's open source, not a honeypot, and isn't mintable. Alright, let's talk about what's moving right now. Here are 5 tokens getting buzz. 1 BTC Bitcoin rank 1, still the king, seeing renewed institutional interest. 2 Ethereum rank 2. The merge is done and people are watching for impacts. 3 Sol Solana rank 5. Network upgrades and DeFi activity are drawing eyes. 4 XRP Ripple rank 4. The SEC case continues to drive speculation. 5 ADA Cardano rank 8. Development updates and community growth are key. These tokens are all benefiting from broader market sentiment but also have specific catalysts. Bitcoin's stability is reassuring, Ethereum's transition is a big deal, Solana is showing resilience, Ripple's legal battle is a constant focus, and Cardano keeps building. It's a mix of established players and projects with potential. All right, let's talk new listings. We've got 5 fresh tokens hitting the boards. HOODOG, rank 3472. 6.13 $10, $893 K volume. DASHFUN 5390 0.00039 $1.07 K. Baby BFT 3827 0.00105 $232 K. DOGCOIN 4102 1.85 $13 $107 K. An official K-pop 3377 0.00077 1.9 M dollars. These all seem to be new project launches aiming for visibility. The variety from memecoins to potentially themed tokens like K-pop suggests exchanges are broadening offerings. Keep an eye on K-pop's volume, that's a strong initial signal. All right, team, seeing some interesting activity. That ANA, Solana, with a 501,000 boost is getting serious attention. Then we have ANI Ethereum at 50-50 showing sustained effort. Dollar coin Solana at 1030 is a longer-term play, while horny coin Solana at 1010, well, that screams pure hype and marketing. A 1010 usually means someone's throwing money at visibility, not necessarily fundamentals. Be careful out there. Okay, looking at HUHUA, it's a very low price token currently at 0, with a modest market cap of 155,175 and liquidity around 49,238.16. The 24-hour volume is quite high at 876,000.06, suggesting some trading activity. There are 1,167 holders, and the top 10 control 18.54%, which isn't excessively concentrated but warrants watching. Token analysis shows a current price of 1.56 E10, with price variations over different timeframes 0% in the last 5 minutes, 1.98% hourly, 16.31% over 6 hours, and 21.12% over 24 hours, indicating increasing volatility. The circulating and total supply are both 965,73,835,458,531, giving a fully diluted valuation of 150,237.55. Importantly, the contract audit shows positive signs it's open source, not a honeypot, not mintable, and doesn't use a proxy. Market sentiment has shifted this week. We opened in neutral territory, but buyers stepped in, pushing us firmly into greed. The last few days show sustained optimism, though it feels like a rally fading slightly. This could signal a pause before the next leg up or a potential pullback as exuberance meets reality. Traders are currently riding high but watching for signs of a correction. USDC absolutely led the charge in trading volume yesterday, clocking in at over 3.1 billion USD. That's not surprising, really, as stablecoins naturally see huge flows. People are constantly moving in and out of crypto, and USDC is a primary on-ramp and off-ramp. Contrast that with Bitcoin, which only saw around 246,000 USD in volume, a massive difference. While Bitcoin is the original crypto asset, its volume suggests investors are currently prioritizing liquidity and stability over speculative plays, and USDC fills that role perfectly. Now, looking at the Weiss ratings, we see a stark difference between these two. Bitcoin has a respectable B plus overall, bolstered by a strong A tech rating, but its D performance rating is a red flag. That suggests the underlying technology is solid, but it hasn't translated into strong price action recently. I recognize the cryptocurrency with ticker AIRewardrop. What would you like to know? You can ask for the price, analysis, chart, or other. All right, let's talk about what's moving right now. Here are 5 tokens getting buzz. 1 BTC Bitcoin rank 1, still the king naturally. Institutional buying and ETF anticipation are driving things. 2 Ethereum rank 2. The merge is done and people are looking at staking rewards. 3 Sol Solana rank 5. Fast transactions and growing DeFi ecosystem. It's bouncing back. 4 ADA Cardano rank 8. Development updates and increased network activity. 5 XRP, Ripple, rank 10 legal developments continue to fuel speculation. These are the ones people are watching closely. Remember to do your own research before making any moves. The market is always shifting. All right, let's talk new listings. We've got 5 fresh tokens hitting the boards. WLFI 0.705, rank 32.99, 4.4 M dollars volume. HOODOG 5.66 E $10, rank 34.74, $902 K. DASHFUN 0.000398, rank 53.87, $1.07 K. Baby BFT 0.001, rank 38.22, $233 K. And DOGCOIN 1.83 E13, rank 40, 100, 107 K dollars. These all launched on or around July 16, 2025, suggesting a wave of new project debuts. With varied volume, it signals increased opportunity but also higher risk for traders looking to get in early. All right, team, seeing some interesting activity. That ANA on Solana with a 501,000 boost is clearly getting pushed hard, likely a new project trying to gain traction. OWO Solana 1010 is a classic early stage hype play. ANI Ethereum 50/50 looks like a solid initial push. Dollar coin Solana 1030 is a low cap gamble. High boost amounts suggest marketing spend but always DYOR. Most mentioned ticker on X is OIK. Currently trading at 0.05021, it's showing minimal movement over the last hour, down just 0%. However, we're seeing a slight uptick over 24 hours at 0.02%. Volume is robust at $367.47 million, and the market cap sits at $10.11 million. No immediate unlock events are currently scheduled. The ticker that is increasing mentions on X is more. This one's really popping up 11 spots in mentions. We're seeing a strong hourly gain of 8.01% and a massive 96.69% surge over the last 24 hours. Volume is at $12.84 million, and the market cap is holding steady at $10.24 million. This is a clear breakout candidate. Momentum is definitely building on more dollars. Keep an eye on this one for potential swings. It's showing serious relative strength compared to OIK right now. All right, team, listen up. There's a play developing in Washington, and we need to be aware. This new bill, the Digital Asset Market Clarity Act, isn't a home run, let's be real. It's got some flaws, sure, but it's the best hand we've been dealt so far. The key takeaway, Congress needs to move on this thing this summer. Why? Because if they don't, we risk getting left behind. This is about establishing the US as the dominant player in the digital asset space. Think of it like securing prime real estate before the market runs. It's not about perfection, it's about getting something done. It's a foundational piece. We want to be calling the shots, setting the rules of the game. This bill is the first step toward that, so keep your eyes peeled. It's a developing situation, and we need to see how this plays out. It's about positioning for the long term, folks. Don't sleep on this. All right, team, listen up. CBDCs are still a hot potato. It looks like Trump stepped in to cool things down. Republican pushback was real. A bunch of GOP lawmakers were digging in their heels on those crypto bills. The sticking point, they wanted a clear no go on central bank digital currencies. Basically, they didn't want the feds controlling digital money. Trump's move, he's claiming he's brokered a deal with most of the dissenters. Sounds like a compromise is brewing. What does this mean for the market? It could unlock some forward momentum on crypto regulation. We might finally see some clarity. It's not a full green candle yet, but it's a positive sign. Keep an eye on this one, folks. It's a potential game changer. This could be a short-term pump if the bills move forward. But remember, this is still Washington. Expect whipsaws. Don't FOMO in. Manage your risk. The market spent the current week largely bought up, showing sustained greed. However, we've seen a cooling trend in the last few days. It appears early week exuberance is giving way to cautious profit taking. The shift from neutral territory earlier in the week suggests a potential pullback is brewing, though strong greed still implies buyers are present. It's a market testing its limits. USDC absolutely led the charge in trading volume yesterday, clocking in at over 3.1 billion USD. That's roughly 12 times the volume of Ethereum, the next busiest asset. This isn't surprising at all, really. USDC is a stablecoin, meaning people use it to move in and out of crypto positions, or simply to park funds without exposure to volatility. When markets are uncertain and they've been choppy lately, you see a huge spike in stablecoin volume as traders de-risk and wait on the sidelines. Now, comparing that to Bitcoin, which saw around 248,000 USD in volume, the difference is stark. Bitcoin's B plus overall rating from Weiss suggests solid fundamentals, particularly in its technology, but its poor performance rating is clearly keeping some investors cautious. While Bitcoin's tech is strong, the current market isn't rewarding performance, and that's reflected in the volume. All right, let's talk about what's moving right now. Here are 5 tokens getting buzz. 1 Sol Solana rank 5. Solana's been steadily climbing with increased network activity and developer interest. 2 Ethereum rank 2. The upcoming Dencun upgrade is a big driver promising lower fees. 3 BNB rank 4. Binance News and its ecosystem continue to support BNB. 4 Dogecoin rank 8. Social media hype and community engagement are key for Doge. 5 XRP Ripple, rank 6 legal developments always get XRP moving, and there's been recent positive news. These are all seeing some good volume and attention right now. Remember to do your own research before making any moves. All right, let's talk new listings. We've got 5 fresh tokens today. WLFI 70 cents, rank 32.99, 4.4 M dollars vol. HOODOG 5.07 $10, rank 34.75, 905K vol. DASHFUN 0.0004, rank 53.92, 1.8K dollars vol. Baby BFT 0.0011, rank 38.21, 235K vol. And DOGCOIN 1.83 $13, rank 4102, 108K dollars vol. These all launched on or around July 16, 2025, likely new project debuts or smaller exchange listings. This influx of new lower cap coins suggests increased platform activity and offers traders potential for high risk, high reward opportunities. All right, team, seeing some interesting activity on Solana and Ethereum. Worthless and OWO both hitting 10-10 boosts. That's pure aggressive marketing, likely trying to catch early momentum. ANA at 501,000 shows sustained effort. Then we've got Anis at 50-50 fresh hype maybe. With risk appetite up, these could pop, but always DYOR. Most mentioned ticker on X is MUBRAKH. We're seeing a lot of chatter around this one, currently trading at 0.00199922. It's showing a slight dip down 0.05% in the last hour and 0.02% over 24 hours. Volume is healthy at $123.96 million with a market cap of $2.01 million. Keep an eye on unlock events, though currently there are none scheduled. It's holding a steady position, but the lack of positive momentum is something to note. The ticker that is increasing mentions on X is more. This one's really moving up the ranks, jumping 10 spots in mentions. We're seeing a strong hourly gain of 3.89%, but the daily pop is huge, up 106.82%. Volume is at $13.8 million, and the market cap sits at $11.14 million. This looks like a potential breakout candidate. Traders are definitely piling into this one, and that increase in mentions suggests a growing trend. It's a small cap, so be mindful of volatility, but the momentum is undeniable. The market spent the current week largely bought up, showing consistent greed. However, we've seen a cooling trend from peak greed earlier in the week. It's like a rally losing steam. The shift from neutral readings at the beginning of the period suggests buyers stepped in. Now, a sustained period of greed can signal a potential pullback. Traders should watch for signs of exhaustion. It's a good time to consider locking in profits. USDC absolutely led the pack in trading volume yesterday, clocking in at over 3.1 billion USD. That's almost 10 times the volume of the next highest mover. It's not surprising, really. Stablecoins like USDC always see huge activity as traders move in and out of positions, or simply de-risk by holding a dollar-pegged asset. Compare that to Bitcoin, which saw around 248,000 USD in volume, a significant difference, and indicative of a flight to stability rather than speculative plays right now. While Bitcoin holds a respectable B plus overall from Weiss, its performance rating is a D, suggesting it hasn't been delivering recent returns, and that might be pushing people towards safer harbors. Looking deeper, Bitcoin's A tech rating is still solid, meaning the underlying infrastructure is sound. However, that weak performance score combined with Ethereum's similar D in performance, despite a B tech rating, tells us these established projects aren't currently outperforming. Okay, let's talk about what's moving right now. Here are 5 tokens getting a lot of buzz. 1 BTC Bitcoin rank 1. It's always relevant, but recent ETF approvals are driving serious institutional interest. 2 Ethereum rank 2. The upcoming Dencun upgrade should lower fees and boost usability. 3 Sol Solana rank 5. Fast transactions and growing DeFi activity are attracting developers and users. For Ada Cardano, rank 10 continued development and a focus on sustainability are appealing to some investors. 5 BNB Binance Coin rank 4. The Binance ecosystem remains strong and drives demand for its native token. These tokens are all benefiting from broader market optimism and specific network developments. It's a dynamic space, so always do your own research. Okay, let's break down the newest additions to the market. We've got WLFI, 69 cents, rank 3302, 4.3 M dollars volume. HOODOG 5.12 E $10, rank 3474, $905 K volume. DASHFUN 0.0004, rank 5395, $1.08 K volume. Baby BFT 0.001, rank 3819, $236 K volume. And DOGCOIN 1.83 E13, rank 4107, $108 K volume, all listed yesterday, July 16th. These listings likely represent a mix of new project launches and smaller altcoins gaining exchange access. This influx of new, albeit varied, tokens signals increased activity and potentially more opportunities and risks for traders seeking early exposure. All right, team, seeing some interesting activity on Solana. TAKI and Worthless, both hitting 1010 boosts, likely pure visibility grabs or early meme plays. OWO is doing the same. ANA with a 501,000 suggests sustained but not massive push. High boost scores often mean aggressive marketing, so be cautious. Markets risk on, but due diligence is key. All right, team, let's unpack what's moving the market today. Bitcoin BTC is still the heavyweight champ naturally. We're watching for breakouts or pullbacks, typical price action. Blockchain tech is the underlying infrastructure. Think of it as the rails the train runs on. Developments here are always key. DeFi decentralized finance is where the innovation is happening. New protocols, yield farming, all that jazz. Keep an eye on TVL, total value locked. That's a good indicator of momentum. NFTs, non-fungible tokens, are still in play, though the hype has cooled a bit. Blue chips are holding value, but be careful with the speculative stuff. Web3 is the future vision, a decentralized internet. It's early days, but the potential is massive. Crypto regulation is the big unknown. News on that front can cause serious volatility. Basically, it's a mixed bag out there. Bitcoin's leading, but the altcoins are trying to catch up. Keep your finger on the pulse and manage your risk. Most mentioned ticker on X is OIK. Currently trading at 0.05015, it's showing a flat 1-hour performance and a slight dip of 0.05% over the last 24 hours. Volume is robust at $366.11 million with a market cap of $10.1 million. We're watching for any news regarding potential unlocks, but currently that information is unavailable. It's a low float play, so volume can swing things quickly. The ticker that is increasing mentions on X is Gun. This one is showing some real momentum, jumping 2 spots in mentions. Price action is up 0.56% in the last hour and a solid 4.68% over the past 24 hours. Volume is coming in at $20.1 million and the market cap sits at $32.75 million. This is a clear breakout candidate, so keep it on your radar. The increased chatter suggests some serious buying pressure. We're seeing a potential trend forming here. Response: the current price of BTC is 67,234, showing a slight increase over the last 24 hours with a volume of 31.79 B. Its market cap stands at 1.32 T, representing roughly 52.41% dominance in the crypto market. Ethereum ETH is trading at 3,238 with a 24-hour volume of 14.75 B and a market cap of 387.73 B. Binance Coin BNB is at 582.71, having a 24-hour volume of 2.59 B and a market cap of 87.18 B. Overall, the market shows moderate activity, with Bitcoin continuing to lead, though altcoins like Ethereum and Binance Coin are also contributing to the total volume. Market sentiment has shifted from neutral to greedy this week. We've seen a clear buy the dip mentality take hold. Early in the week, buyers were testing the waters, but as the week progressed, greed built momentum. This feels less like a sustained rally and more like a short covering bounce. Traders are likely taking profits now, so watch for a potential pullback. It's a good time to be cautious. USDC absolutely led the pack in trading volume yesterday, clocking in at over 3.3 billion USD traded in the last 24 hours. That's a massive figure and really speaks to its role as a stablecoin people are constantly moving in and out of crypto, and USDC is the safe harbor for a lot of that activity. Compare that to Bitcoin, which saw around 250,000 USD in volume, a significant difference, naturally, but also indicative of the current market mood. While Bitcoin is the crypto benchmark, right now people are focused more on liquidity and preserving capital than speculating on price swings, and a stable coin like USDC fulfills that need perfectly. Now looking at the Weiss ratings, we see Bitcoin has a respectable B+ overall, bolstered by a strong A in tech. However, its D performance rating is a bit of a red flag, suggesting it hasn't been delivering the returns investors expect. Alright, let's talk about what's moving right now. Here are 5 tokens getting buzz. 1 BTC Bitcoin rank 1, still the king naturally. Institutional buying and ETF anticipation are driving things. 2 Ethereum rank 2. The merge is complete and people are watching for increased staking rewards. 3 Solana rank 5. Faster transactions and growing DeFi ecosystem are attracting attention. 4 ADA Cardano rank 8. Continued development and focus on real-world applications are key. 5 XRP Ripple rank 10. The SEC case continues to be a major driver of price action. These are the ones folks are watching closely. Remember to do your own research before making any moves. Market conditions can change quickly. All right, let's break down the newest additions hitting the market. We've got WLFI 0.699 rank 3301 4.38 $M volume. HOODOG 5.05 $10 rank 3475 $905 K. DASHFUN 0.0004 rank 5387 $1.79 K. Baby BFT 0.0011 rank 3821 $234 K. And DOGCOIN 1.83 $13, rank 4109 $108 K. These listings, all debuting on July 16th and 15th, likely reflect a surge of new project launches and smaller cap altcoins gaining traction. Seeing this many additions signals increased activity and potential opportunities for traders willing to do their research. All right, team, seeing some serious Solana activity. TAKI and Worthless, both hitting 10-10 boosts. That's pure raw visibility grabs, likely early stage hype. OWLUO is doing the same. ANA at 501,000 suggests sustained, though not massive, effort. With risk appetite up, these boosts could translate to quick pumps, but be careful, high boosts often mean high volatility. Response: the current price of HUANG is $0.000051. It has a market capitalization of $4,745, showing a relatively small market presence. Liquidity stands at $7,439.43, suggesting moderate ease of trading. Over the last 24 hours, the trading volume reached $11,434.98. This indicates some recent activity but doesn't necessarily signal a strong trend. Overall, HUANG appears to be a micro-cap coin with limited but present trading volume. Most mentioned ticker on X is MUBRAKH. We're seeing a lot of chatter around this one, currently trading at 0.0019937. It's showing modest gains up 0.21% over the last hour and 0.22% on the day. Volume is healthy at $125.34 million, supporting a market capitalization of $2.01 million. Keep an eye on unlock events, though currently there aren't any scheduled. The ticker that is increasing mentions on X is Frag. This $1 is really moving up the ranks. A 10-spot jump in mentions is significant. The price is currently at 0.04828, showing a 0.45% increase hourly and a much stronger 7.98% gain over the last 24 hours. Volume is at $13.91 million, indicating growing interest. With a market cap of $10.26 million, this microcap is definitely one to watch for potential momentum plays. Looks like some serious accumulation is happening. All right, team, listen up. Seems like we're seeing a clear divergence in state-level plays here. Arizona, Texas, and Utah are really stepping up to the plate when it comes to crypto policy. They're the ones setting the pace right now. It's not a total wash, though. We're looking at over half the states with solid congressional backing for blockchain initiatives. That's a good sign, shows broader interest. But here's the kicker, roughly 36% have actually built something. Pro-crypto task forces are actively working on this. So it's not just talk, some states are putting capital to work. We're seeing a two-tiered market developing, states that are all talk and those actually building infrastructure. Keep an eye on these leaders there where the early gains will likely happen. It's about identifying the states with real conviction and a clear roadmap. The market spent the current week largely bought up, showing consistent greed. However, we've seen a cooling trend in the last few days. It's like the initial rush faded and traders are now cautiously assessing positions. The shift from neutral earlier in the week suggests a possible pullback is brewing, though strong greed still dominates. We may be entering a consolidation phase. USDC absolutely led the pack in trading volume yesterday, clocking in at over 3.4 billion USD. That's not entirely surprising, though it's a stable coin, and in times of market uncertainty or even just regular trading activity, people often move into stable coins like USDC as a temporary holding place or to deploy capital. Compare that to Bitcoin, which saw around 251,000 USD in volume, a massive difference, and indicative of a flight to safety or liquidity rather than speculative buying of Bitcoin itself. Ethereum's volume was much higher at 6.3 million USD, suggesting more active trading within the crypto ecosystem, but still a world away from the activity surrounding USDC. Okay, here's a market analysis based on the provided data. Chinese letter, the golden dog is currently trading at 0.000076, with a market capitalization of 75,819. Liquidity appears solid at $31,898.8, and it's seen a 24-hour volume of 193,787.67. It's worth noting that the top 10 holders control 17.9% of the supply, which isn't excessively concentrated but still warrants watching. Now looking at CC3Y VNZYPM FFQ4 EB MTH NUN 66 PJ5 UQ XRBH KZA5 RBonk, the current price is 0.000066, while the chain price is significantly lower at 0.000004. The token is open source and thankfully doesn't appear to be a honeypot or mintable. It uses a proxy and slippage isn't modifiable. There's no blacklisting. Tax information is currently unavailable. The contract is flagged with a warning due to renunciation concerns, so caution is advised. All right, let's talk new listings. We've got 5 fresh tokens hitting the boards today. WLFI 70 cents, rank 3301, 4.4 M dollars volume. HOODOG 4.170, $10, rank 3475, $909 K volume. DASHFUN 0.0004, rank 5388, $1.08 K volume. Baby BFT 0.0011, rank 3820, $235 K volume. And DOGCOIN 1.83 E13, rank 4108, $108 K volume. These all debuted on July 16th, likely new project launches seeking broader access. The variety suggests platforms are opening to diverse, even meme-based assets. This influx could signal increased risk appetite amongst traders, so proceed with caution. All right, team, seeing some interesting activity. Both Solana's TAKI and Ethereum's TAKI are maxed at 3030 fresh hype, likely marketing pushes. Ani Grok Companion and TAKI Grok Companion at 1010 suggest visibility grabs. Worthless 1010 a bit sus, honestly. With risk appetite up, these are tempting but always DYOR. Most mentioned ticker on X is OIK. Currently trading at 0.05021, we're seeing pretty flat action, up just 0.03% over both the last hour and the last 24 hours. Volume is robust at $364.98 million, indicating some serious interest, and the market cap sits at $10.11 million. Keep an eye on any potential unlocks, though details are currently unavailable. The ticker that is increasing mentions on X is SARM. This one's showing some real movement, jumping 5 spots in mentions. The price is at 0.004389, down slightly in the last hour by 0.2%, but with a significant 24-hour gain of 59.41%. Volume is coming in at $12.89 million, and the market cap is $8.78 million. This looks like a potential momentum play. Traders are definitely noticing this one. It's a lower float, so volume could drive things quickly. Watch for volatility. The market spent the current week largely bought up, showing sustained greed. However, we've seen a cooling trend in the last few days. It's like the initial rush faded, and traders are now cautiously assessing positions. The shift from neutral early in the week suggests a potential pullback is brewing. It's no longer a clear buy the dip environment. We're entering a period where patience may be rewarded. USDC absolutely led the pack in trading volume yesterday, clocking in at over 3.5 billion USD. That's significantly higher than anything else we're seeing. XRP came in second, with a substantial 1.76 billion USD traded, but it's still a massive difference. The reason USDC is so high is pretty straightforward. It's a stable coin. And in times of market uncertainty, traders often rotate into stablecoins to preserve capital or position for future buys. That contrasts sharply with Bitcoin, which saw around 253,000 USD in volume, a comparatively small number suggesting a lot of folks are sitting on their BTC holdings right now. Now looking at the Weiss ratings, USDC doesn't have one, which is typical for stablecoins. The rating focuses on tech and adoption, not necessarily inherent value. Bitcoin, on the other hand, has a B+ overall with a strong A for technology but a concerning D for performance. All right, let's talk about what's moving right now. Here are 5 tokens getting buzz. 1 BTC Bitcoin rank 1, still the king, benefiting from recent institutional interest and ETF approvals. 2 Ethereum rank 2, anticipation around the Dencun upgrade is driving activity. 3 Solana rank 3, strong network performance and growing DeFi ecosystem are attracting users. 4 ADA Cardano rank 4. Upcoming protocol improvements and real-world asset integration are key. 5 XRP Ripple rank 5 ongoing legal developments and potential partnerships are fueling speculation. These tokens are seeing increased volume and price action. It's important to do your own research before investing, of course. The market is always changing. All right, let's talk new listings. We've got a flurry of activity. First up is WLFI, 70 cents, rank 3300, 4.4 M dollars volume. Alongside HOODOG 3.69 E $10, rank 3476, $910 K, DASHFUN 0.0004, rank 5389, $1.08 K, Baby BFT 0.0011, rank 3822. $233 K and DOGCOIN 1.83 E13, rank 4107, $108 K. These all launched on or around July 16, 2025, likely new project debuts. Seeing this many listings suggests increased platform activity, but always do your research before diving in. Volume doesn't equal value. All right, team, seeing some interesting activity on Solana. TAKI is blazing with a 30-30 boost, fresh hype likely. Then we've got Anis, OWOs, and Worthless, all at 10-10. That suggests aggressive mark managed a 0.1% gain. Managed a 0.1% gain. Volume is substantial at $124.96 million, indicating strong interest with a market cap of $2.01 million. There's no immediate unlock event scheduled. The ticker that is increasing mentions on X is more. This one's showing some real movement, jumping 2 spots in mentions. It's down 3.18% in the last hour, but that's almost completely overshadowed by a massive 77.92% surge over the past 24 hours. We're seeing $15.07 million in volume and a market cap of $9.29 million. This is definitely one to watch for potential momentum plays. Looks like retail is piling into this one. The current price of Simba Palm SIMBA is $0.000037, a microcap coin showing a market capitalization of 3,718. Liquidity appears reasonable at 6,765.44, and it's traded around 2,144.26 in the last 24 hours. This suggests some activity, but given the very low price and relatively small market cap, it's a highly speculative asset. Traders should exercise caution and understand the risks associated with such low cap cryptocurrencies. Market sentiment has shifted this week. We opened in neutral territory, but buyers stepped in, pushing us firmly into greed. This rally feels extended, like chasing performance. The last few days show little pullback, suggesting conviction but also potential for a correction. A sustained period of greed often precedes a cooling off. Traders should watch for signs of exhaustion. USDC absolutely led the pack in trading volume yesterday, clocking in at over 3.4 billion USD traded. That's roughly 6 times the volume of the next highest, XRP. It's not surprising to see a stablecoin topping the charts, honestly. In times of market uncertainty, traders often move to stablecoins like USDC to preserve capital or to deploy it quickly when opportunities arise. XRP, on the other hand, saw a massive 1.67 billion USD in volume, likely driven by continued speculation around its legal battles and potential future developments, though it's a very different kind of activity than simply parking funds. Now, looking at the WISE ratings, USDC doesn't have one, which is typical for a stablecoin. They're judged on stability and backing, not technological innovation. XRP, however, holds a B overall, with a B in tech and a C in performance. All right, let's talk about what's moving right now. Here are 5 tokens getting buzz. 1 BTC, Bitcoin rank 1, still the king naturally. Institutional interest and the upcoming halving are driving things. 2 Ethereum rank 2. Dencun upgrade excitement plus growing DeFi activity. 3 Sol, Solana rank 3. Network stability and a surge in meme coin activity are key. 4 BNB, Binance coin rank 4. Utility within the Binance ecosystem and ongoing burns. 5 XRP, Ripple rank 5. Legal developments and potential partnerships continue to draw eyes. These are the names people are discussing. Remember, trends shift quickly, so do your own research. Okay, here's a market analysis for AIR3. The current price sits at 0.000444431 USD, with a market cap of 431,817, ranking at 49.40. 0.000544046, recorded on June 12th, meaning the current price is down 17.81% from that peak. Looking at inflation, we see it's remained at 0% over the past 360,180 and 90 days, but has ticked up to 0.09% over the last 30 days and dropped to 0.09% in the last 24 hours. While the price has seen substantial gains of 93.56% over the past 360,180 and 90 days, the last 30 days show a 6.76% decrease in market cap and a 6.84% price decrease. All right, team, seeing some interesting activity on Solana. TAKI is blasting off with a 30-30 boost. That's fresh, aggressive marketing. Anis and OWO both hitting 10